Gemini, you guys are next up on deck for full moon in Aquarius, full moon. And okay, the sign, it's full moon in Aquarius, but it's moving to the sign of Pisces, I believe. And I don't know if it's there yet or not. So we'll just say full moon in Aquarius as it moves to full moon in Pisces. And full moon, yeah, we'll say it that way. So, if you like the channel, like, subscribe, absolutely hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload another video. I've been gone for a minute. I do apologize. But I am back. If you're interested in personal read, the information is in the description box down below. I will be uploading a general twin flame energy read to my Patreon page, where it's just one tier, $5 for the tier. Then I'll be starting on the twin flame reads to get them out to. The extended will be available on Patreon. Like I said, one tier, $5 tiers. That link is in the description box also below. A link to the books I've written on Amazon is also in the description box. Yeah, donations as well. That how to donate to the channel is also in the description box down below. And all that being said, let's get into the read. Pray first. Great Creator, Father God, Divine Mother, Mother Mary, angels, ancestors, and spirit guides, I just pray and ask for wisdom and clarity, and for more information, for any information, for the collective sign of Gemini, for this their full moon in Aquarius, full moon Pisces, as it moves to Pisces read. In Jesus' name, amen. Alright, last shuffle. Let's get started here. So, Gemini. What do you need to release? Waning moon. And one off the bottom. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Which is... still have to do the dishes. Still have to go to work. You still have stuff to do. So that's why I feel like you're releasing. What you need to release is an imbalance. And let me tell you, getting balance in everyday life, especially when you add another element to it, which is kids going back to school, or rather, like school starting, where they're being homeschooled. When you add the other element, you then have to take a minute, refocus, rebalance. So it takes a minute. I feel like that's what you're having to do. Find balance again. So let's go to Angels and Ancestors Oracle card deck. If I can shuffle them the right way, and yes, I am paying attention. I am focused on shuffling. One more shuffle. Alright. Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. That is absolutely a welcome card, especially in the times that we are in. Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. This is like following your intuition. This is also like connected to, every time I see this card, I think of like Soul Tribe, Spirit Team, one off the bottom. Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. So there is a progression here. This is steps. Libra had the same thing. First of all, trust your talents in changing times. That's step one. Step two, you're going to have to follow your intuition in order to really rely on those talents. And this could be, what place can I go to sell my goods, especially if you make things? What place can I go to sell my goods that would bring the biggest profit, that type of thing, or that will reach as many people as possible? What can I do to, and when you take into account those steps, this is what happens. So it's like A plus B equals C. This is C. So let's get into the tarot. And that's the same thing of like the balance. Practicality with spirituality. Because I always find too, spirituality, most people think of prayer, meditation. Spirituality too is intuition. Spirituality is, okay, this one wants to jump out. Like the whole card deck, like flipped around to get that one out. Spirituality too is, in our intuition, sometimes we misplace it or we misdiagnose it with logic. That's also spirituality. But you have to balance it with, you have to put the work in too. So one more shuffle and we'll pull tarot. Okay, card that jumped out is Knight of Pentacles. Slight delay in something. So let's see what's going on. Three of Cups. And that is definitely third party. That's what I heard when we went on the table. Magician. You are manifesting this. Queen of Pentacles. So you got Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is that stability. Six of Pentacles. There's your soul team. And Justice. Libra energy. There's your balance. Ten of Pentacles. There's the rewards. Judgment. Three of Swords. Temperance. Sagittarian energy. And Two of Wands. Listen. The reason that all of this progress was delayed. That's the Knight of Pentacles. Overall theme to the entire read. This is delay. Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight in the deck. Because it's a camel in the desert. It's bringing more than what you were manifesting. The reason it's delayed is because you're manifesting something else first. And there's a relationship dynamic here that you're manifesting because it has to be brought to the surface to be healed, to be dealt with. If you don't deal with it, you're going to continue the cycle. So, in the energy of this full moon, this is what you're dealing with. I'm going to tell you, this is what you're dealing with. You're dealing with third party. Third party does not have to be, and I heard it when it hit the table. It doesn't always mean this. There's light and shadow side to this card. Light side to the card is celebration. It is. Shadow side to the card is third party. This is shadow side to this card. You're manifesting it, Magician, because you have to deal with it. You have to face it. You have to deal with it. This is why you're manifesting it. Next chapter in your life can't begin unless you deal with this. Now, I'm going to say this truthfully too. Doesn't necessarily have to be someone else that's in a third party. Now, I'll say this and then I'll define third party for you. Doesn't have to be someone else in the third party. This could be you manifesting your own need or your own addiction to third parties. Now, I'll define third party for you. That way you get a deeper perspective of it. Doesn't mean it has to be romantic. Third party situations are when you're in a connection with someone. This could be family, friends. Could be romantic. But I don't feel like it's necessary. It could be romantic here. Could be. But it's any connection where an outside source feels absolutely 100% that they have every right to be emotionally involved in that connection. Third party can also be career, could be the bureaucracy of work. Do you see this? Bureaucracy of career. It could be that too. But in the third party, they feel as though they have every right to be involved in this, but the door has to be opened by someone. I feel like this is what you have to face. Your addiction to that third party. Your addiction to third parties. Your addiction to this attention from multiple sides. And it goes right back to addiction to suffering. I absolutely love that book, Medicine Bag. Was it Don Ruiz? I love that book. I absolutely love that book. So eye-opening. But it goes back to that. It's an addiction to addiction to suffering, addiction to drama. And it's that, yes, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's placing yourself in a position where you want to, is that what it is? Oh my God. Okay. It's putting yourself almost in this position of damsel in distress. Damsel in distress. Like, who's going to fight for me? I want someone to fight for me. I want someone to fight for me to let me know that I am important enough to be fought for. That's ego. That's ego. You know, you don't have to have anybody fighting for you. You don't. You don't. If you embrace the energy of I'm important enough, not important enough, but I am of value to myself enough to where I'm going to choose the right kind of attention. And see, it could be one of those things of it's a shadow that you're not conscious of. That's the reason you're manifesting it, because you have to take care of this. What's then coming, if you don't take care of it, like you're not gonna, like you have abundance coming here, but you have to take care of this first. You have to take care of the fact of, I am pulling this to me because there is a side of me that wants that kind of ego stroke. That wants this, you have to fight for me to let me know that the rejections in the past that I've dealt with, that's where this is coming from. It's coming from pain and rejection. Because if you have multiple people fighting for you, or you have a job or career that's fighting your involvement with someone, then this rejection that's happened, and even feeling like God has rejected you and God has abandoned you. When you have these multiple situations happening, then you feel like, oh, I am loved. Is that what love is? And see, with this rejection and this, because I feel like it's a shadow that you're not conscious of. You could be conscious of it. Could be somebody that is conscious of it and is just manifesting this as a self-sabotage. Could be that too. But I really don't feel like that. I feel like it's something that you're not conscious of. And when you're not conscious of it, you're going to keep manifesting it until you get to the bottom of it. So you have to do this first. Okay, that being said. And like I said, this could be family. Could be family. Could be putting it in the position of, I'm telling you one thing, and then I want to see if it goes back in this one, but it's not something that's conscious here. Or it's, yeah, I feel like it could be an external energy doing that too. And then you're in this position of, oh my God, is that what happened? Because it's this constant, like, I need to feel like I'm loved and accepted. But it's this, unconscious of it. And it just keeps playing out. But you're going to have to face this. With the energy of this full moon, this needs to be faced. Because what's coming during this cycle of her returning to the divine masculine to recharge is this time of abundance. Abundance, stability, social connectivity, there's Six of Pentacles. But see, the Queen of Pentacles isn't just abundance and security and it's the ability to reproduce that security. Multiply it. Keep it coming. The flow of it coming in. That's divine feminine energy of receptive. Divine masculine is the divine masculine energy of the Pentacles. And the royalty is the King of Pentacles, which is, I know where to give my attention to where it will bring the most profit. Queen of Pentacles is, I know how to receive this and I know how to keep steady flow going. That's what's on the other side of this. You have to deal with this first. But there's a reproductive flow of abundance and security, connection to your social circle here, a balance of the two, and a balance of following your heart, following your intuition, knowing the places to go to with these talents to produce the biggest rewards. And it's the balance of that. Balance of your personal life, balance of family, and see, 10 of Pentacles, long-term stability. This is being able to set things aside, put up for a rainy day, future generations, that type of thing. Judgment, though. This is what happens. And I feel like, and I'm going to say this, feel like the reason the last 4 cards are down on the table, because you manifested this, but I'm going to tell you, whoever this is for, you're not going to pay attention to it. You're not going to pay attention to it. Because you're manifesting it so unconsciously, because it has to be dealt with. Now, you're going to receive, like, there's going to be a small window here. But I feel like there's 2 energies. I feel like there's 2 energies here of this being manifested to be dealt with. And it is dealt with. Then this abundance and this balance coming in. The Judgment card, which is really the light side to this card, is like a new life, not new life, but new newness from life. Is that what it is? Like, from Ezekiel, there's a passage in Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel in the Bible, that talks about the dry bones, dead bones, the valley of the bones, and speaking new life into the bones. This is speaking new life into this, but really getting to and speaking new life. And then this heartbreak and disappointment. You see the 3 and it being back to this third party. See, at first, that's the reason I said 2 energies here. I don't feel like this is 2 energies. I feel like this is manifesting this third party because it has to be dealt with. But the realization not hitting you of how deeply this was ingrained until you get to this balance and the abundance and everything, that side of it taken care of, then this is when it's going to hit. Heartbreak, disappointment, that's going to lead you to this having to really be patient with yourself, because there's a healing time coming from this past. So this is being manifested. Your need for this third party, okay? It's being manifested so you get to the bottom of it. Now, you may be able to consciously see it and get to the bottom of it. But the healing, because it's almost like it's a delayed reaction. Because all of this happens, there's balance and abundance and, being able to be intuitively led to the right places with your talents, to financial stability, and then all of a sudden the pain hit you. To where there's healing that needs to take place. And a little patience with yourself with that healing. Because it's like you going through days and days and then going, oh, that's what that means. And then it hitting you what the realization of it is. Now, this is when this happens. Two of Wands. There's a connection here, okay? There's a connection that's been delayed. The reason the connection has been delayed is because you have to get on your feet. You have to be able to stabilize yourself so that you can speak to them face to face. You're not able to do that unless you go through this. I feel like, too, that this heartbreak and disappointment of the 3 of Swords And this patience here is that this connection, person that you're connecting to, or the person that's been delayed in that connection, is the manifestation of this third party energy. Of the fight for me, the damsel. And I have to say this too. There's two sides to this. When it comes to like a damsel in distress, it's a divine feminine in distress, okay? Now, when it comes to any divine feminine energy that goes to the distress button like that, or keeps manifesting this distress thing for themselves, what it is basically a fear of rejection. It's fear of being rejected. It's fear of being not seen. Okay? True damsel in distress never says this. A true divine feminine that is in distress doesn't verbally say it, because that's the entire point of the mission, or the entire point of the quest, is to figure out who's in distress. So I feel like with this third party thing, that it's being manifested because there is a fear of rejection here. But the fear of rejection isn't going to be seen until you get on your feet and you can look at this person in the eyes. And when you look at them and you're able to be stable and eye to eye with them, that's when you see it. That's where the healing is coming in. But the Two of Wands isn't that they're rejecting you either. I think they know before you do that this is, you're wounded, and they see that. So during this full moon, the energy of this full moon, this is what you're manifesting. This connection, though, has been delayed because there's a healing that has to happen here, and you need to be able to stand face to face with them. So, excuse me. Balance is coming. I would ask for that. Ask for balance. When you ask for balance, this is what's going to happen. You're going to have to take one step at a time. You can't get to the abundance unless you get to the other things first. It's like you can't walk to the store without going out your door, down the steps, down the sidewalk, out the gate, down the driveway. You see what I mean? Or to your car. You know, there's steps to this. It's a progression. But what I would ask for would really be, whoever this is for, and if it resonates with you, the intention that I would set is balance, stabilization. Because once you get stabilized, there's a healing that needs to happen here. But it's only going to happen when you're able to look them eye to eye. Alright, for the collective sign of Gemini, this is your full moon in Aquarius, full moon Pisces read. Love and light.